Hello and welcome to WoodenduckGaming. I am Draz, and you've arrived at my new series, Indie Investigation, where I basically investigate indie games, basically new ones that are coming out, and we'll have a look, give my impressions of what I think the game is like, what I don't like, and we'll just take it from there and see how the series progresses. Anyway, the first game I've got up for you is Gremlin Invasion Survivor, which is based off of Gremlin Invasion, the single player, which isn't out yet, but there is a demo which you can play if you go and have a look at Indie Database and just search Gremlin Invasion. It's created by CS Square Games, who is two people. One's Chris, who I've actually contacted an email before now, and I hope I get this guy's name right, which is Viego, I think, maybe. It's not a name I'm used to, so I do apologise if I am mispronouncing that. But it's basically two guys that have come up with this game. They did put a Kickstarter up, which unfortunately didn't reach the target it was looking for. So whether the single player will come out or how long it's going to take due to the fact that they haven't been able to get the financial backing that they wanted, I don't know, but only time will tell on that. But during the meantime, they've released this, which came out on the 16th of March, and you can get it on indievania.com for, I think it's $4.99, which roughly works out about £3, depending on what the conversion rate is at the time, I assume. So we'll have a look at the settings before we go into anything else. Video-wise, I'm actually quite surprised. There's more settings in this game than there is in some AAA titles that are coming out, especially with vertical sync and your anti-aliasing, which I wasn't expecting to have, and anisotropic filter leveling. You've got glow and bloom effects, which I would turn off because they just absolutely rape my eyes. I'm photosensitive, so playing games where light is just blurring in your face and you can't turn it off just really hurts. So I turn that off. Motion blur, why would I want anything to be blurred? It's just stupid. What a stupid idea. Resolution, you can go all the way up to 60. No, you can go up to 1920 by 1080. I'm doing it on 1280 by 720 just for the recording purposes. Audio, not much there. Can't really say much. Have to turn the sound down because it's really loud. But apart from that, there is mouse smooth, which turn off. Nobody plays with mouse smooth. You're just a nab if you play with mouse smooth. Go away. Mouse sensitivity, it was quite low, but due to the issues that I think the game has, I've turned it down, especially when I go back to when I played the demo of the single player. I can't assume that the controls are that much different. So we'll take a look at that. So let's go into the game. Survivor is, as it says, it's a survival mode. You can play it with up to 8 players. There are 8 maps. 5 of them you have to unlock. Unfortunately, it's direct connect to the host. So you can't search in a lobby or anything like that. You can't look up servers. You basically have to know the IP of the person that is hosting the game. So I guess the idea is that you are friends and playing together rather than just going and playing with some random noobs on the internet to get flamed. I would imagine this could be quite good at a LAN if you're going to any LANs, like I possibly might be, like Insomnia, oh yes. And this might be a good one to pass up the time when not getting owned on HON or StarCraft. But as this isn't HON or StarCraft, we won't talk too much about that. We'll go into the first map, as it, from what I can remember, it's quite a long map for the maps. So we'll go straight into this, and we'll do some running around. I like the actual graphics of the guy. He kind of reminds me of an Iron Warrior Chaos Space Marine combined with a Cylon. And these are the Gremlins. They're not the Gremlins you'd expect from the film. Completely different. And you'll notice that I picked up a weapon and it instantly put it on, which is a flamethrower. But instead of changing what the weapon looks like, really kind of change your entire dude's makeup, which is quite a nice feature, I think. There's not many games I know of that changes what your dude looks like when you pick up a new weapon. I can see these guys are going down quite easy with this. And it actually makes a change from the ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta of the machine gun, which is normally what you're stuck using. You'll see there the character moves quite quick when you move the cursor next to him, and that can be an issue. Oh, no. Gotta go back to this dude. I don't seem to be firing, I don't know why. I did press reload, and apparently I've got no ammo. What's going on? But I have got ammo, it says there. I've got a star that says I got ammo, and I'm spinning. Oh my god, the controls have gone spazzy. Oh dear. I think I may die. I don't know what's going on. Apparently I've lost the use of my gun. And I can't actually reload. What's going on? Can I pick something else up? Is it bug? Bug? No. Okay. So, first impressions of the game is, it's broke. It doesn't let me fire guns. It won't let me use the ammo. I've got 3 ammo slots, you can see at the top there, and it won't let me use any. So, it's basically a case of just running around and throwing grenades, and missing, and failing. Oh, you died, oh yeah. I really... Nope, can't fire that either. Well, that's messed everything up. I guess I should probably just die and let them kill me. And then we'll try a different one. Well, that wasn't exactly what I had planned and showing. Maybe we'll pick a different map. Let's go for... Yeah, not that one. There's not a back feature. You can go forward, but you can't go backwards. It's a bit strange. It's a bit strange. This is more what you have seen from the single player game. This is pretty much what the map is like. Ha! Plasma. Okay. The whole game seems to have broken. Won't let me use my mouse fire button. What's going on? Okay, so I'm going to quit this and I'll come back once I've worked out what's going on. Bye. Okay, so we are back in the game. Basically required me to turn the game off and start again. Seems to be the best way to deal with any situation where something doesn't work. Turn it off, throw it away, turn it back on. Yeah. What actually makes this game, I don't want to say difficult, but once again my gun has stopped working. It won't let me fire. It's been really buggy. I played it a little bit earlier and I didn't have this issue, but evidently it doesn't want me to play now. So what I'll do is I'll just keep running around in a circle and explain what I don't like while not firing. I don't like the fact that there's a big red beam coming out of my gun. It covers up bullets, which doesn't really give you a very good sense that you're actually firing a gun at all. You kind of feel as if you're just running around and there's a little bit of light flashing from the muzzle of your gun. You'll see there that my character was spinning and spazzing out, and that's basically what happens when the cursor gets too close to him. And because of the speed of the game, your cursor is pretty much close to you all the time, because you've got to keep changing direction, and that means running down and running up, so the cursor comes quite close to you at times, which is not ideal. That's a grenade. Boom. Anyway, while we're running around, keep trying to get further and further away from them. There's more grenades. You up? Oh no. As you see, when I get attacked, I get scratch marks rather than like flashing red screens, which seems to be quite common nowadays. What else don't I like? I don't like the fact that when I jump, if I try and, I can't really display it here, but when you jump, when you land, there's about a second to a second and a half delay before you can actually start firing again. I'm not sure why that is, whether that's a purposeful mechanic or whether it's simply the engine that's not actually allowing you to do so. I don't like that. Also, when you reload, you get planted to the spot, and as you can see, you don't get too far away from the actual mob, so you even get stuck on brick walls there, as you can see. So yeah, you get planted to the spot when you reload, which basically means that the gremlins can catch up, and they do quite a lot of damage when there's a big bunch of them like that. That was an especially big bunch simply because I couldn't shoot them. So I'm not too keen on that aspect. In the single player demo, there is an issue where when you're jumping around the scenery, there is an actual barrier, an invisible barrier which actually blocks you from jumping up. So you basically have to run back and do a running jump and do running jumps over anything. Because if you get too close, you literally just can't move. You get stuck in the scenery. But that's in the single player, not this. But you might come across a map which has an area where you need to jump and you might get stuck. So that's also something to be wary of. And the fact that it's IP direct, you can't actually connect to anyone else apart from someone you have the IP of. It just seems a little bit strange to have that, to release a co-op game online specifically for PC and then say you have to directly connect to people, because I don't always have friends as an indie player that want to play the same indie games simply because there's the same stigma of, oh, this game's pretty crap, really, isn't it? It's shit. It's made by two people in their bedroom and it's rubbish because it doesn't look like Modern Warfare 3, or it doesn't look like Skyrim, or it doesn't have this and it doesn't have that. And it's like, well, that's not what indie games are about. Indie games are about getting back to the roots of what gaming is and what I was brought up on in the games, where most of the games are actually really hard because the computer cheated. Especially when I played the NES. You play the NES, every game cheated on the NES. It's got nothing to do with my ability. So I want to be able to play with other like-minded people that aren't necessarily my friends. And with this, I can't, because there's not many people that are not my friends that aren't going to give me, that are going to actually give me their IP address. So it's basically down to you either play this in your house with friends, at a LAN, or all of your friends buy the same game, which neither of them is actually a likely event. You might get one or two of your friends, but there's not going to be many sales from this game if that is where they're aiming to go. They really should have put in some kind of a multiplayer, but I do understand that not having the finances is not exactly a cheap thing to do. But as I can't get the game working properly, I can't really show you much past what I've shown you with the shooting. It's buggy. No bullets come out of gun, no monsters get hurt. What can I say? Anyway, that has been my first video. Hopefully next time I bring out a video, it will be a game that actually works, and a game that I can actually show the mechanics that I do like and what I don't like. Unfortunately with this I can't. So, until next time, bye.